Good evening, Meatheads. What is up? We're back for another Meathead Minute. Tonight we had a request from an old football buddy of mine who asked about what to do to stay fit and motivated when recovering from an injury. So it's a complicated question to a degree, but there are some simple things that we can do to approach this. And I'll kind of start with the mental aspect of it. So the first thing you want to do to stay motivated so that you can stay fit and recover from an injury is adjust your mindset, adjust your goals. So at a seminar last month, I believe, with Zadrunas Savickas, and if you don't know who he is, I'm disappointed in you, you need to look him up. He's the strongest man that ever walked the face of the earth. And he has had countless injuries in 20 plus years in strength sports. And I loved what he said when asked about coming back from injury. He said that you have to change your mindset to compete against the injury as opposed to your normal competition. So I think that's a great way to approach coming back from an injury because it changes what your goals are. If your goal is to improve the range of motion of that injured joint and get back to a pain-free or pain-managed lifestyle, or make it so that you can walk a certain number of steps without having your back locked up. These are small goals that you can build on and get yourself back to those bigger competitive goals. So competing against the injury is a great way to put the mindset of coming back. Shifting the mindset is a great thing for that because of these small goals, and it also gives you the ability to change goals. So for example, I've been dealing with a back injury for some time now, and because I haven't really been able to lift heavy, I haven't really needed as much caloric intake. So I've used that time to improve my conditioning and cut off some unwanted fat that I had put on over the course of the past 6 months. And that's a great time to do that. Just don't reduce your intake so much that you can't recover from the injury itself. And the next thing when it comes to coming back from an injury, people often talk about motivation and how do you motivate yourself. Well, motivation is bullshit. Motivation works for a day, a week, a month, maybe, but after that, you're gonna have days where you're not motivated. You're gonna have days where you don't wanna do shit. You don't want to do your rehab. You don't want to really get out of bed. You just want to kind of wallow in the fact that you're hurt. So motivation needs to be thrown out the window. What it comes down to is replacing that motivation with discipline and realizing where you're trying to get to, and that motivation's not going to get you there. It's that day-to-day discipline and doing the same things, getting better, staying consistent, that is going to bring you back from the injury. So to sum it all up, compete against the injury that you have, not against your normal competitive goals. 2, shift your goals, not just competing against the injury, but use this as a time to improve other aspects, whether that's leg strength and you have an upper body injury, conditioning, nutrition, etc. And 3, discipline over motivation. So that's how you shift your mindset to come back from an injury. Obviously, there's a lot more complexity than that, but those are 3 simple ways to approach this when you're coming back. All right, guys, any further questions, just hit me up in the comments and we can discuss this a little bit more. See you next time. Dr. Meathead out.